Hi everybody and welcome to TWF Friday Night SmackDown. And on there's only two Friday Night SmackDowns left and then eventually become Thursday Night SmackDown. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the TWF World Heavyweight Championship situation. Not that it's a bad thing or anything, but you see on NXT, actually no, Impact Wrestling to be exact. I'm sure you people probably remember that one because there was an argument being recorded in the background. Well, anyway, regardless of that, and Xena bursted Kim, who became a four-time TWF World Heavyweight Champion, and now we have to find out. Apparently now Xena says people might ask me if there's a conflict of interest going on here. Because I'm the general manager and the TWF World Heavyweight Champion, and Gabrielle is the Elegant County Champion and the Executive Administrator. Well, oh God, who just fell down? Yeah, gravity is not our friend. If you happen to be a Toy Biz adventure doll, forget it. Gravity will not be your friend. Now, apparently people ask us, did we hear from Commissioner Godzilla and Director of Operations Shrek about it? Actually, we did. And here they come now. Now Godzilla says, you all probably want to ask a question about who have we deemed the number one contender. Now, there are a lot of number one contenders. You know, hell, people could probably throw my name out there as a number one contender if they wanted to. I mean, if you look at the toy itself, you're going to find that there were a lot of number one contenders. I mean, John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Sting, The Rock, and that's just scraping the surface. Because you could say Godzilla, Shrek, move on. You could make an argument, for anybody. You could make an argument for Captain America if you wanted to, or Superman. You could probably also make an argument for Barbie if you wanted to. Well, and you could make an argument for Montel Ratavius Porter, Bobby Lashley, Kofi Kingston, Ahmed Johnson. You could make an argument for all of them if you wanted to. Even Gail Kim and AJ Lee could make arguments for them as well. Now, after simple consideration and after meeting up with the championship committee, we have come to the decision, Xena, that your number one contender should be somebody who, that you'll match very well with. Somebody that you should work very, very well with. Someone you probably know a lot about. Oh yeah, and I also think you make an argument for Sting and The Undertaker too. Now, apparently, Xena, Brock Lesnar has been lobbying, or at least his manager, Paulie Dangerously, or now, as he's been calling himself since 2001, Paul Heyman has been lobbying for him to be the number one contender for the TWF World Heavyweight Championship, arguing that Brock Lesnar has beat the people on the list. Okay. He argues that since Brock Lesnar has beaten Superman and Aladdin and Angel and had victories over you, Xena, and myself, Godzilla, and that he also could have easily had victories over John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Sting, The Rock, The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, that he could also easily have matches, victories over Bobby Lashley, Montel Ratavius Porter, Dennis Rodman, Kofi Kingston, Ahmed Johnson, and that he could have easily beaten Gail Kim and AJ Lee, and Barbie Milan, but Captain America. But I think he's desaturates himself a little bit because apparently his line only beat half of those people. You know. But regardless of that, I think that Brock Lesnar hasn't really deserved. Well, my point too, Xena says, I mean, what has he really done lately? I mean, since he's returned to World Wrestling Entertainment, what has Brock Lesnar done lately? I know. Beat up people, you know, and break things. That's pretty much been his whole thing. But, you know, I guess you gotta go with somebody you think that could, you know, everybody deserves an opportunity, a return match. And Gil Kim's already lobbed a ring at you to give her a return match. But I think that we should go with the man who 2014 AD was his year. A man that actually rose through the ranks, Xena says, for the independent circuit. A man where being the WWE United States Champion, WWE Tag Team Champion, World Heavyweight Champion wasn't enough. A man that actually worked very hard to become a three-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion, regardless of the fact that he came from the independent circuit. Some might call him Bryan Danielson, others might call him Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him. He's the #1 contender. Yes. Yes. I just want to say, Commissioner Godzilla, Director of Operations Shrek, General Manager Xena, Executive Administrator Gabrielle, thank you for choosing me as the #1 contender. And I know that you could have easily chosen any other action figure or doll or figurine out there. Well, figurines can't really wrestle, they get broke. But the point is, you could have chosen any other doll or action figure out there, and you chose me. So I just want to say thank you. Well, you're welcome, Xena says. And as I said, I was going to be a fair TWF World Heavyweight Champion. You know. So you do know how Gil Kim cheated to beat me and Sting and John Cena. Yeah, she used the turnbuckles on YouTube and had Blaine attack John Cena. So I know how she cheated over you, Daniel Bryan and Sting and yourself, John Cena. Now, when is this going to happen? Well, we might do the match tomorrow in Explosion. Superstars, we got to have the TWF Women's Heavyweight Championship. And then we have to do the TWF World Tag Team Championship. So, we'll see. Well, we now know who the #1 contender is to the TWF World Heavyweight Championship. It's Daniel Bryan, or a.k.a. Bryan Danielson, whatever you might know him better as. So, we hope you enjoyed this episode, or one of the first to the last episodes of Friday Night SmackDown, before it becomes Thursday Night SmackDown. You know, and before Impact Wrestling basically goes on Fridays, and Thursday Night SmackDown goes on Thursdays. So that's about it. Hope you enjoy it. As always, people, raid, favorite playlist, comment, share, personal mention, subscribe, and thank you for supporting us here. Hope you enjoyed Friday Night SmackDown. We'll see you tomorrow for Explosion.